Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that happened in the world of digital marketing last week that you might have missed. Starting off strong, Meta banned all Russian state media in the wake of the US election. Meta recently announced that it would ban all Russian state media from its platform after investigators found covert influence operations playing out online. It was found that Russian influence groups were paying right-wing commentators on social media to amplify political divide in the US through social media. Under the guise of Tenet Media, Russian influence groups aren't necessarily trying to get right-wing candidates elected, but rather trying to divert attention away from Russian news. TikTok has recently followed suit, and they've also banned all Russian state media from their platform. This is another great example of how global politics feels more and more like a movie every single day. Pinterest has added new features including collage remixing and sharing, and it's already popular among young users. This new feature allows users to cut an object from any pin and combine it with other images. This allows for a little more creativity and allows users to add their own twist to images on the app. You can do anything from creating your own art to seeing what furniture might look best in your room. These features are encouraging more Gen Z interaction and are a fun new development for the platform. Next up, Instagram has upped its protection for teen users. We all know that the internet can be a very dangerous place, and Instagram is stepping in to maybe help reduce that harm. Some of these protections include making all teen accounts private, limiting messaging, limiting screen time, and limiting sensitive content on the app. As we know, there's a growing concern for the impact of social media on young people, so we'll see how this helps. X might be back up and running in Brazil soon. After X stood its ground and refused to comply with Brazilian censorship laws, they finally caved and may make some exceptions so Brazilian users can stay on the platform. A few weeks ago, the Brazilian government ordered X to take down accounts that were spreading hate speech and anti-government rhetoric against Brazil, or else they would face a nationwide ban. X stood against these policies for a long while, and in early September, they were banned from the nation. However, because of the major loss of Brazilian users, X has decided to comply with the Brazilian government. Brazil 1, Elon 0. Lastly, Google has successfully appealed the $1.7 billion lawsuit that the EU filed against them. A few weeks ago, Google was defeated in court by the EU for monopolistic practices and was fined $1.7 billion. However, this past week, Google successfully appealed this ruling. Google cited the EU's failure to consider all relevant circumstances when looking at the case. This is a big win for Google and all of the lawsuits that they've had to deal with this year. For some honorable mentions, first of all, Meta has acquired the Threads.com URL. Since Threads was sold to Shopify, it's now not its own separate entity. So now it's Threads.net rather than Threads.com, which means that soon you'll be able to access it through the .com listing. TikTok has also updated its search ads campaigns. This gives brands a little bit more control over how their ads are placed in TikTok. It's just another way for brands to get their promotions in front of users. And now for the honorable mention, X has removed account blocking from different parts of the app. So rather than blocking someone so they don't see your content, you might have to post privately instead. That's all I have for you this week. Check back next week for more updates.